13 WMAZ Morning starts now.
It is a quiet morning out there, but that is going to change today. We'll start to introduce rain back to the forecast as we go through really the rest of the 7-day. All those details are coming up.
Well, a teen sits in jail in connection to a Macon shooting that left his brother dead. The charges a 19-year-old faces and what the sheriff's office expects more of in the case.
And Bibb County leaders consider greater limits on certain gambling machines, the decision they made at a committee meeting and what that could mean for the proposed ordinance.
Well, good Wednesday morning. You're taking a live look over a beautiful downtown Macon. The time is now 6:31 a.m. on this December the 15th. I hope you're feeling good. I'm Wanya Reese.
And I'm Caitlin Eck, and the good news is it is feeling much better outside than it was yesterday, Courtney.
That's right. A lot warmer. In fact, upwards of 10+ degrees warmer in a lot of spots. Still chilly, so you are going to want to have a jacket. Don't walk out without one and just go with short sleeves. I guarantee you I had my jacket with me walking in here because it is still cold. 44 in Macon, but at least we're not in the low 30s anymore. In fact, none of us are in the low 30s to start the day. Low 40s if you're Macon northward, and then low 50s if you're south of Macon. We have a little bit of a wedge building in. You can see wind coming out of the northeast. That's pulling in some cooler air from the north, but it's not quite making it into our southern counties. We're at 52 in Eastman, 50 in Dublin, 46 in Warner Robins, 45 in Forsyth, and 42 in Monticello, 45 in Gordon, and 46 in Sandersville. So as we go through the day, this live radar, which is showing nothing at all, is going to change in one way or another. Just some light rain will be possible. Isolated, quick passing showers for the morning into the early afternoon. Temperatures today will stay in the 60s for the most part. A little cooler if you're north of Macon, upper 60s if you're south of Macon. Now we're going to continue to increase rain chances as we head through the weekend. We have a couple of weather systems on the way. I'll have all the details in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Courtney. This morning, the Bibb County Fire Department believes someone set 3 houses on fire on purpose.
They all happened within walking distance of each other near Eisenhower Parkway in Macon. Interim Fire Chief Shane Edwards says crews got the first call around 7 last night. 30 minutes later, they got a call about another house fire, and just minutes after that, they got a call about a third fire.
They happened in the 600 blocks of Central Avenue, L Street, and the 500 block of Daly Street. Investigators believe someone intentionally set all 3. Captain Kelvin Watson helped put out the Central Avenue fire.
Like I say, pretty much within a 4-block radius of each other, we could pretty much see fire coming from trees from this location because we were actually back across the intersection for the first one that came in. And while this was in process, another one happened to come in probably 2 streets over to my left.
Edwards says all 3 houses were vacant and no one got hurt. He said the homes had moderate damage.
Today, investigators plan to go around the 3 neighborhoods to get more information about what might have happened. All right, let's get you to some news happening across the state. A sad story to share with you. A family now grieves after losing 5 loved ones following a house fire in Dekalb County. It happened yesterday at a home in Decatur. Dekalb firefighters said 10 people were inside the home when they got the emergency call just before 12:30 a.m. yesterday. 5 people, including 2 kids, died.
All right, now a deputy in Rockdale County near Atlanta faces a driving under the influence charge. It comes after a situation on December 5th. A Georgia State Patrol report says 25-year-old deputy Tevius Holmes tried to take off when a trooper attempted to pull him over for speeding, going over 130 miles an hour. The report says there were 3 others in the car with Holmes, 2 of which are also deputies with the Rockdale County Sheriff's Office. Investigators believe they were also under the influence of alcohol. The Sheriff's Office says they have placed all deputies involved on administrative leave. The brother of a teen killed in a shooting at the Macon Mall now faces a murder charge. The shooting happened back in August after a reported fight at the spot on Eisenhower Parkway. 17-year-old Quintavious Moore died. Authorities arrested 19-year-old Kawasas Moore yesterday after an investigation involving the Sheriff's Office and DA's office. They charged him with murder and armed robbery in connection to the case. He is now in jail without bond. The Sheriff's Office says they do expect more arrests to come in the case.
Now to 3 things that you need to know right now. A 17-year-old is in critical condition after a shooting in West Macon. The Sheriff's Office says it happened just after 1:30 yesterday afternoon at a home on High Oak Drive. Deputies got a report that a man shot into the home, hitting 17-year-old Taisha Lundy. Sergeant Linda Howard says investigators believe it was intentional. She says they're still trying to figure out who the shooter is. A Warner Robins man with a violent criminal history now faces the possibility of 10 years in prison and a $250,000 fine. Yesterday, a jury convicted 36-year-old Angel Felicio of illegally possessing a gun. It comes after authorities captured him following a high-speed chase on last year.
The U.S. Attorney's Office says court documents and evidence in the trial showed law enforcement was on the lookout for a stolen car in June of 2020. A Georgia State Patrol trooper spotted Feliciano in the car on I-75 and tried to pull him over. A high-speed chase followed after Feliciano didn't stop. Authorities later took him into custody, and they found 2 pistols in the car, one of them stolen. The U.S. Attorney's Office says Feliciano has a lengthy criminal history, including convictions for aggravated assault and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. Sentencing in the case is set for March 8th. And Milledgeville and Baldwin County leaders hope to crack down on violent attacks. Yesterday, they came together for a news conference to send a message that they will not stand for crime in the city and county. Milledgeville Police Chief Drace Weichert says since January 1st of this year, the city of Milledgeville saw about 180 reports of shots fired and 5 homicides. He says that's drastically more than in years past, adding that the city's average is typically 1 to 2 homicides a year. Both the chief and Baldwin County Sheriff Bill Massey say the rise in shootings is tied to gang activity growing in Milledgeville. Mayor Mary Parham Copeland says leaders plan to hold a meeting at City Hall tonight at 6:30. You'll hear from community stakeholders, including the Board of Education, about the root causes of the violence and possible solutions. And Bibb County leaders will wait to decide whether there needs to be tighter restrictions on stores with coin-operated gambling machines. Commissioners talked about the topic yesterday, but agreed to hold off on a vote until they could talk about it a little more.
Some county leaders worry the machines are addicting and target people living in poverty. If commissioners approve the ordinance, the machines cannot be within certain distances of places like churches, public libraries, alcohol treatment centers, or housing authority properties. All right, I want you to check this out with us, family. You can start to see the musicians behind the song Soul Shine, featured on the side of a soul food restaurant. The Moonhanger Group commissioned artist Stephen Teller to paint not only an iconic photo of the Allman Brothers Band eating at the H&H in Macon, but to include images of the original owners of the restaurant.
Teller says the mural is a dream project because he grew up listening to the Allman Brothers music and has been to H&H before when he's in the city. He plans to spend the rest of the month working on that mural, and it is already looking amazing.
Yes.
Such talent. Time is now 6:37. Hopefully the rain chances don't get in his way too much over the next, week or so.
Right, yeah, and the next couple of days, just light rain. It shouldn't be really a huge issue, but the start of next week looks a little different. So maybe just give it a little time to dry, and then you can keep working. I imagine that you have to do several layers to get that much detail.
Definitely. It's beautiful though.
I'm no artist, but I can't even stick figures is as good as it gets. That's really it. I am terrible at it. Now my handwriting, that's okay, but when it comes to art, yeah, that's not the best. All right, everybody. Well, Christmas just 10 days away. Can you believe it? So if you have your Christmas shopping that you have to get done, the days are counting down. Wanya, I am talking to you, my friend. And Christmas's average high temperature is 51. The average low is 32. So clearly that's a temperature that we would enjoy to have for Christmas. Nice and chilly. Cold morning for everyone opening gifts on Christmas morning. And then the afternoon still nice and cool. Now it does look like we will have some cooler air on the way for the start of next week. How long does that stick around? That's going to be the big question. So we're going to talk about all of that in just a few minutes. Something fun to point out this morning is, like I just said, 51 is our average high temperature. So for the afternoon on Christmas Day, well, that's where we're starting this morning in some spots, 50 in Dublin, so at least very close to it. You're, of course, looking live on top of the Fred Roberts, all ready for Christmas down there. Now, area-wide temperatures, there's a little bit of a spread this morning as we do have a little bit of a wedge building in as wind comes out of the northeast. That's pulling in some cooler and drier air, but it's not quite making it down to some of our southern counties. We're at 53 in Cordele, 44 in Macon, 45 in Gordon, 46 in Butler, 53 in Eastman, 50 in Wrightsville, and 45 in Forsyth for the start of the day. So if you're north of Macon, low to mid 40s, and then if you're south of Macon, you're more in the upper 40s and low 50s. Now as we go through the day today, we're going to change things up just a little bit. We'll introduce the chance for some light rain. Just light, quick passing showers. That's going to about do it, mainly for the morning into the early afternoon. So you don't necessarily need to pack the umbrella. It's not going to cause many issues. Won't be any heavy downpours. It's not going to persist for a very long time. But if you want to pack it with you, just in case, guess it's not a bad idea. As we head into tomorrow morning, we'll start to increase our coverage of rain. Tomorrow morning into the afternoon is when we'll have our best chance for rain tomorrow. Just about a 20% coverage. It'll still be light rain for the most part, very isolated in nature. Temperature wise today, we'll talk about some numbers really quick. Low 60s if you're north of Macon, warmer if you're south of Macon for the day. I do expect you to head into the mid to upper 60s, and through the overnight we'll head into the mid to upper 40s. So it will be another slightly warmer start to the day. Here's a look at the rain over the next few days. Again, Thursday we'll keep that 20% coverage of rain mainly for the morning and the afternoon and evening. evening hours. And then Friday, the morning looks the driest, and then we start to pick up that coverage of rain slightly as we head into the evening and the overnight hours. Friday's rain chance all ahead of a cold front that's starting to build out to our west towards the Rockies, bringing some much needed snow to parts of Montana. Those ski resorts have been really lacking snow, and thankfully this is the second weather system to bring them some snow. Also going to bring a severe weather threat to parts of the plains like Iowa. Tornadoes expected there today as we head into the evening. Thankfully, that front is not going to bring us any severe weather, but it will bring us rain as we head into Saturday night into Sunday morning. The model's not in good agreement on exactly how much rain is going to stick around for Sunday morning, but expect at least a chance for rain Saturday night into Sunday. Next weather system rolls in from the south as we head into Tuesday. Rain will roll in as early as Monday, and it looks like our best coverage of rain will be for Tuesday morning into the afternoon. That should clear by the late evening. Behind that, we're going to stay cold. You can see your 7-day forecast looks like this. Mid 60s today. We're back in the 70s Thursday through Saturday. Mid 70s, in fact, Friday and Saturday. 60s Sunday, and then behind that cold front and then add the rain to it, we'll be in the low 50s for Monday and Tuesday being the start of winter.